Great. Next up here in Chicago, we have Daydreamer. This allows a group of friends to create their perfect day out. Featuring real-time chat and a recommendation engine, users can coordinate their schedules and preferences to create a perfect event. I'll let Jamie tell you more.
My teammates Ellen and Ben, and the name of our project is called Daydreamer. Daydreamer is a group scheduling and an event recommendation app to help you plan your dream day. So I'm sure you've all tried to plan a group outing and found that coordinating quickly becomes a nightmare considering everyone's schedules and interests. Well, Daydreamer aims to handle a lot of that for you. We have scheduling capability that Ben will talk about and a recommendation algorithm that Ellen will discuss that compiles the group's interests and recommends an outing that the group as a whole would likely enjoy. So without further ado, this is Daydreamer.
To give recommendations, we decided to provide users with event categories that have a selection of subcategories users can either like or dislike. Then, when a new day is created, our algorithm takes in each of the user's interests and returns event recommendations. When we began, we were only providing users with the option to either like or unlike interests, and our algorithm only had a weight of +1 for interest. Then we took the single highest interest within a category to be used in our algorithm to get events through our APIs like Yelp and Eventful. We quickly realized that this would not provide a very powerful and diverse recommendation engine. For example, if Ben, Jamie, and I wanted to meet up for lunch monthly after Full Stack, our interests are not dramatically altering month to month, and restaurants and bars are not changing much either if we're looking in the same general area. So we'd be stuck eating Thai food every single time we hung out. Instead, we decide to let users both like and dislike interests. And our algorithm now has still the +1 for interest, but also has a -1 for dislikes. Then we take all the subcategories within a category the majority of the users in the group are interested in, and we randomly select one to be used to find event recommendations. This way, Ben, Jamie, and I can eat more than just Thai food every time we hang out.
One of the coolest features that we've added to our application is dynamic scheduling. And we did this using a technology called Chronify. What Chronify does is it allows you to gather a user's calendar data from multiple different resources, such as Google and iCal. With this calendar data, we can then compare it against the schedules of other people in your group to figure out a time that not only fits easily into your schedule, but also doesn't leave anyone out. Taking these dates, we can then feed it into our locally renowned algorithm in order to figure out exactly what events are happening nearby that you and your group would like at that specific time. These events are then left to the discretion of you and your groupmates to figure out exactly how you want to plan your itinerary. To facilitate this, we've added live chat into our application using Firebase. Firebase, allowing for real-time database updates within your application, was perfect for this because it allows us to visualize exactly what's happening within your group in real time. It allows you to stay up to date on exactly what it is that's going to happen.
As far as technical challenges go, our performance took a hit with the amount of data that we were bringing back from our database and placing on state. We initially, because our database models were so intertwined, initially brought everything concerning a specific user to state so it'll be there when we needed it. However, this slowed things down significantly. How we solved this problem was basically being very specific about what data we needed and when we needed it. Another key takeaway from this exercise is being very intentional when you're first building your database models, keeping in mind how you'll be querying that data, as having data deeply nested within other data may not necessarily be the best approach.
Going forward, something that we'd love to add to our application is voting. We want to make it so that you can vote on exactly which events you want to go to. That way all the power is not just in the group leader's hands, and we can democratize the whole process of planning an itinerary. In addition to this, we also want to upgrade the UI and make the user experience more smooth and easier to navigate. Thank you for looking at our application. If you want to learn more, you can visit us at the above GitHub or Heroku link. Thank you.
If you want to vote on that application, also you can like the comment on our Facebook page. But I see that there is a very interesting problem created when a group of people expresses their preferences, and those preferences are changing all the like some are changing, some are not changing, and different people's preferences are being recognized in the group decision. And so, like, I think that that's like it's a very interesting problem that we all solve each day in our kind of group planning discussions. Sometimes it's over Slack, but this is a really interesting take at using a web app to try to organize this all for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting.
I think it's well done. Yeah, the ability to use those different features of the app to expose kind of the preferences and then track your preference over time. It'll be interesting to see how people actually play with that and use it in groups. I always feel like capturing complex group dynamics. It's interesting to see how people think because people have very different senses of what group dynamics are important
Right.
when they're judging them. All right, very cool.